Rest in peace, Mo 3. Kind of like remind me of that little situation. Like she was just molding me in to try to get somewhere for me to fall. See, luckily, growing up in my neck of the woods, 816, Kansas City, Missouri. I mean, smart. You got to be smart. It's a small town. Them big cities. I got family in Cali and Florida and all that. And like, you can have some problems with somebody, and you might see them again, or you might see them 2 years later. But when you're in a small city like Chicago, Kansas City, St. Louis, Midwest, oh yeah, you're gonna run into that person again. You might see him that following day. You might see him that following couple days, 24 hours, 48 hours. But if you're in that neck of the woods and it's so small, man, you'll run into one of their cousins, man. I mean, it's not safe. You're gonna do a crime, man. You better be very cautious in a small city. Shout out to Chi-Town, all them little Midwest, man. Shout out to the whole Midwest, St. Louis, Cleveland. You better be prepared because, like, you're going to see that person, man. And, it's going down. And then Walmart, local, shopping mart spot. I'm telling you, anywhere you at, man, it's just too small. So I advise you, you go down in them cities, man, just be careful, Midwest, small cities, anywhere, Back to it. I was where for like 5 years. We kicked it. We was grooving. We got this crib together. That third year, I knew something was up. I mean, because I was grooving. I was making my money and I was doing my thing. So I wouldn't I'm not knocking her and taking nothing from her. I just feel like she was like asking me a lot of questions. Like when we first got together, she wasn't asking me all this, But we climbing a ladder. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with her asking me a couple questions because, we've been together a while. You feel me? And I told him to be a little late, and I told her one of my little hangouts, one of my little spots, and she knew about it because, like, I had to drop off something one day, and, So, mind you, I'm letting her get in my world. And I'm going to tell you something, fellas, man. It don't matter. The girl can be with you for 10, 20 years. If she got, like, a, agenda, you're going to get that agenda if you're not, like, using your nugget. So, like she was trying to get in my world. And what happened was, it was somebody that I knew from back in my past that I was like a real like shaky about. I knew that this type of individual, he was on some snake stuff back where, and I knew his character and I knew the type of crowd he was around. So she brought him around me. It was like one of my birthday parties, and he came to one of my spots, and I was like, man, I didn't really dig that, and I didn't like it, but I didn't really put too much on it until, later on when, the fact that she tried to, get me assassinated, you know what I mean? So, but mind you, I'm telling you, if you don't put two and two together, because this is going to be another part 3 to this. Let me just give you this part 2. If you don't put two and two together, and anytime you're in a relationship, anytime you move in a groove, you got to know who you're around. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know who is who, because like it could be just the slightest moment you could lose your life. I mean, it doesn't take nothing. You can use a gun, and it doesn't take that long to lose your life. But if you outthink things, your brain got to be moving and grooving. It does. You got to be cautious at all times. I don't know why people just think they could just put their hat down and be like, man, I'm going to lay my feet up. Even when you at home, cautious, man. I mean, like, you go outside, right? And that's where all the options at, right? That's what they say, right? You supposed to be, you bulletproof, you vest up, and you out there like Taliban in the streets. Knowing that you got this motherfucking old lady and this chick at the house, your wife, your girl, your significant, your thought, your bitch, whatever you want to call her. And that's the one, that you need to be worried about, vest up. You taking everything off when you get home, when you knowing that you don't even know what this woman doing. So you got to watch your house, man. You got to watch everything, your surroundings. You got to watch that chick you with. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. I mean, literally that, I just kind of like put two and two together when she started inviting motherfuckers to my events, and then she started venturing off and started asking me more questions, man. That's a, different signs, man. I always watch out for the signs. Anything that switch up. When you with somebody and they do something, I don't give a fuck if they did it for 20 years, they did it for 2 days. If they switch that up, any routine, you watch that. I mean, like me personally, I'm gonna say right now, even I was with her that long, 5 years, whatever like that, but she still didn't know everything about me. That's why I'm still here. You got them guys, they be with a chick for like 2 days and they giving up the whole fucking ransom and everything. I never got head. I mean, just, ain't never got no pussy in their life, ain't never got a bag in their life, and just, you could tell when a nigga ain't never had nothing. You could tell. You could tell like on here when a nigga just YouTubers and like ain't never had a voice. Like, man, I can go out in my neck of the woods, my neighborhood, my life, and I am a voice. Like, you a voice without this. Like, what was you at before this? You feel me? Like, now you got a voice, you got a camera on them, you feel me? So they can get on here live, like, all the weird shit. But you just know, you can tell which ones ain't never had nothing and which ones had, But back to it, though. I knew something was up. And when I started, fishing around, I got something about the right hand, money, but my left hand started itching. And that's when I start wanting to get my gun to twitching. Because, I mean, she was moving too much and doing a little bit too much out of character. Her character was not the same, and basically, she thought I was asleep. But anytime I'm moving and grooving with whoever, man, I am on point, man. I'm on point. I mean, and what happened was when I seen that guy again, she was trying to lure me to this little get together and la la la. And I mean, I think she was trying to, like, now that I think about it, because I thought about this a lot, but, I'm sleeping with the enemy. She was trying to get me, clapped a couple times, you feel me? But she was just a smooth operator. Like, she didn't never, like, do no phone. Like, the phone she had, it wasn't no phone calls. It wasn't none of that. She was meeting this person, and whoever, how many it was, or whatever, a couple times, different locations and stuff like that. And I had people come to me because, like I said, small town, I had people come to me like, hey, I seen such and such talking to such and such, or I seen somebody pull up, because the guy that she was, trying to get me assassinated by, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no rumors, man. It wasn't none of that, man. One thing about small, the environment I'm from, like, when you hear something, trust me, if you hear it twice in one day, it's not a rumor. It's fact. It's going down. I mean, and over what? Money? Over what? Jealousy? Over what? He say, she say? Over what? Spill milk? Over what? Because I wouldn't bow down and just give you all my love, because that's what women want. Some of them, some of them just want all of you, and then you tell them whatever, and then they be like, no, you said no, I want you. And when you in that life, man, you can't have just me. And come on, man. A lot of brothers will see this and they'll respect what I'm talking about. I mean, because when you're in that life, it's ugly. It's ugly, and you really don't want to have. If you really care about whoever you with, your significant and out of them, you really ain't trying to get in that life, man. So come on, man. I saved you, but really, look at you. Look at me now. Look at me now. But man, on everything I love, it's just, this is nothing to glorify. This is just something I'm trying to wake up young brothers and young sisters too. Get out that world, man. If you gotta get somebody and you're gonna get with someone, get in a good relationship. Make sure everything is goody. Make sure you watch your surroundings. Make sure, everything. You got you could be in a car with somebody and don't know what the hell going on and just get a ride from somebody usually and lose your life. So what makes you think you're in a relationship and you safe? Like, I was sleeping with the enemy because she felt like I wasn't giving my time and what it was to her. Like, she was just agreed. And those are the worst ones, man. The worst ones is like, the ones that have everything in the world, right? They got everything, but you know what? They just want more. They want more. The greed, This is going to be a part 3, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I just, talking about this, it does. It just brings back a lot of, I'm not like, I'm guilty on this, and I feel good to just let it out, but it's like, I see a lot of brothers go through this too, man. It's like, it's a cold world. It's cold. I'm telling you, if you're not up for it, you know, you're gonna get knocked out. It's like that, man. You either gonna, you know. So I advise you, as I do, as my motto, man, it like this. Shout out, hey, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you come back. Hey, share this. I mean, for real, like, just think about it. Like, who you laying in the bed with at night? Like, who you with right now? Like, you know, who you with? Are you safe? Do you feel comfortable? Like, do you ever ask yourself that? Like, go to bed at night. Go to bed tonight and really actually think about this for real. Like, true story. Subscribe to the channel. Whoever you with, are you safe, or do you feel like, man, this is just the one? Like, because if you do, I mean, hey, my applause, but I'm telling you, don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. For real. Cut vibes, not corners. King me.